Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Despite low load factors, direct flights from Japan to Saipan will continue into 2025. Also tonight, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange and a deal brokered by a former prime minister. And a local recycling center buys stolen construction materials for pennies on the dollar. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
This is a bag, but for Steve. This bag gives him food cred, because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Follow him all the way to the new McTerry Deluxe at McDonald's. It's an all-beef patty smothered with teriyaki sauce topped with lettuce and tomato on a sesame seed bun. For a limited time, price and participation may vary.
This week's court appearance by Julian Assange in the Northern Marianas reportedly took months of diplomatic negotiations led by former Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd. The U.S. spent years trying to extradite Assange from the United Kingdom for the publication of classified information that he received from Bradley Manning, now known as Chelsea Manning.
Yes, he received classified information from Chelsea Manning, and he published that information.
Manning was assigned to an Army unit in Iraq in 2009 and had access to classified information which he shared with WikiLeaks. Manning was originally charged with 22 offenses and was sentenced to 35 years at Fort Leavenworth. The United States originally charged Assange with offenses that could have sent him to jail for the remainder of his life and then some. The tides have shifted. In 2017, President Obama commuted the Manning sentence to 7 years. Meanwhile, Assange continued to fight extradition and has been held in a Belmarsh prison cell for the last 62 months.
Prosecution of Julian Assange is unprecedented. In the 100 years of the Espionage Act, it has never been used by the United States to pursue a publisher, a journalist like Mr. Assange.
The deal happened quickly, at least the execution of it, with Assange leaving his prison cell in the UK for private aircraft transport to the Western Pacific Territory of the Mariana Islands to plead guilty to a single felony charge. James Kingman is an attorney that works for the AG's office. He attended the hearing as an observer.
Do I think that this was an unprecedented prosecution? Sure, but that's not necessarily bad. It was also an unprecedented action. Right? Just because some action of prosecution on the government side has not been done before, doesn't mean that it's wrong or bad inherently. The question is it just?
Why was Saipan chosen? It's the youngest and smallest of U.S. federal courts, but it's not the closest to Australia. That would be Guam. Local counsel Richard Miller.
Why not Guam? I don't know why not Guam.
International press had just a few hours on Tuesday to catch a flight into the Marianas, and this limited the amount of coverage of this global news story.
The rationales that they provided for why they picked Saipan and why this was something that was filed yesterday and there was such a rush doesn't seem to really fit with what I observe. There's plenty of other places that they could have gone that are bigger and easier for the press to get to. Seems like they were attempting to avoid a press gaggle. You know, there obviously were some press that were able to make it here, but they certainly didn't provide enough travel time for the folks that have been on this beat for more than a decade.
Assange agreed to plead guilty to one felony count. His plea agreement called for a sentence of time served and no monetary fine. The deal was clearly spelled out.
If the judge accepts the plea, then she must impose that sentence. If she does not accept it, she's free to reject that plea. And if she does reject it, then the defendant has the opportunity to withdraw from the plea agreement. And that's fairly unusual.
Mr. Assange revealed truthful, important, and newsworthy information, including revealing that the United States had committed war crimes. And he has suffered tremendously in his fight for free speech, for freedom of the press, and to ensure that the American public and the world community gets truthful and important, newsworthy information.
Federal prosecutors told Judge Ramona Manglona that there were no victims in the case they were bringing, and the judge said this was an important consideration in her accepting the deal.
They're talking about troves of documents in the hundreds and thousands. So whether that resulted in actionable things that cause that you can trace the causality to individualized harm, I think that's impossible to prove.
The court proceeding wrapped up just before noon, and Assange was soon on his way to Australia.
I'm glad I was able to have whatever small role in helping Mr. Assange get through this process and get on with his life.
So it is a huge relief to Julian Assange, to his family, to his friends, to his supporters, and to us, and to everyone who believes in free speech around the world, that he can now return home to Australia and be reunited with his family.
Reporting from Saipan, Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News. Direct air service from Tokyo on United will continue into 2025, and prices are super low for this fall as United tries to drum up some business from Japan. Round-trip airfares as low as $314 today for an early September weekend. This fare does need to originate in Narita.
I made a decision with the advice of some of the folks, key advisors in my office, and even MVA. That is necessary to keep that line going.
Currently, local residents are using the service more than incoming tourists. Visitor arrivals from Japan registered 859 in May. That number is up about 200 people from the previous May. MVA says that the new schedule with more convenient departure times from Tokyo should be helping, but the strong dollar is not, and Japanese continue to choose non-U.S. destinations. Looking south towards Guam numbers, in April of 2019, 47,000 Japanese came to Guam. This April, that number just 14,000. Hawaii, 49,000 went to Hawaii in April, but that number's down from 120,000 in April of 2019, a 60% drop. We can't do much about the exchange rate, but MVA is hoping that a new ad campaign can start to reach a younger consumer who may not know much about the Marianas. The campaign Bluer, Warmer, Closer, which was unveiled at the MVA General Membership Meeting, will launch this summer in Japan. Meanwhile, MVA currently looking for new representation in the Japan market for the coming year, having parted ways with Access. Low-cost airfare seems to be the driver of arrivals to the NMI from Korea, and low-cost carriers in Japan are moving lots of Japanese to places like Okinawa and Ishigaki. The NMI briefly had low-cost daily service just prior to the pandemic. The push now will be to build some demand and try to encourage a new airline to take on the route in the coming year. Power to much of the island of Saipan off this afternoon. CUC said just prior to news time they still weren't sure what tripped the generators, and they did not have an estimated time for power to be back online. Outage affecting much of the island. At 5:10 p.m., CUC personnel said they were getting calls from Navy Hill South, and these issues were affecting Power Plant 1. Internationally, the Julian Assange saga was the #1 story around the world on CNN, BBC, Yahoo News, AP, and Reuters. But as we found out locally, not so much.
What kind of people is that?
Were you aware of it previously? I wasn't really aware. I just found out like 5 minutes ago. But obviously very bad. Was it about, did he like release documents about the Australian government?
I was just told about it right now, and I think that's pretty, like, I don't know what's that word.
Are you aware of the Julian Assange case, or what do you think about it?
No, I don't have any idea of that person, and I really don't know him.
Do you think he was in the right?
I think it depends on the information he sent out. If it's really a big deal, then he should be punished, but if it's not, then it should be minor charges.
Upgrade your savings when you bundle with any iPhone 15 series today. Our affordable Link bundle gives you the power to choose just what you need, with mobile and home internet starting for as low as $105 a month, no home phone required. Plus, activate your bundle with a brand new iPhone 15 and receive your first 2 months of home internet on us. A $50 port-in credit, a SuperPod AX, and basic installation, all free for a limited time. Additional conditions may apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
If you are planning on drinking this 4th of July, make arrangements for a safe ride home. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537. Criminal information has been filed against Travis G. Villagomez, who police say ripped off construction materials and then sold them to a local recycling center. CNMI says that Villagomez entered the Uman construction shipping container area up near the airport and stole construction tools and equipment. They are charging him with 1 count of burglary. Items taken included Mikasa compactors, a Champion generator, batteries, copper wire, welding machines, and hydraulic fluid. Police say the items were then found at Triple Star Recycling. Police say they reviewed surveillance footage and saw Villagomez get out of a silver Toyota RAV4 with rolls of wire and parts for heavy equipment and sell it to the recycling center for $49. Police say the car was a rental. Bail was set at $10,000. Summer doesn't mean sitting at home. The CNMI Public Library offers a summer reading program that keeps the kids reading and moving. Duck, 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 duck. Wait for it. Wait for it.
We play Duck Goose, and we're going to China today, and we read books in the morning, and we take a group photo. First, we ate breakfast, and after that, we came back and started doing some activities that were really fun today. And then after, some people came and teached us stuff about healthiness, about your heart, brain, eyes.
That's where Gianna Camacho comes in. She works for public health, and she came to talk to the kids about healthy lifestyles.
So we were invited by JKPL to give a presentation on how to incorporate healthy living for children. At the Non-Communicable Disease Program, our mission is to incorporate longer and happier lives in the CNMI, and we believe that starts, as young as possible.
Raymond Tolentino says he is under the AmeriCorps program, and today's program included a visit to China, complete with fortune cookies and pandas.
Sometimes we like to do some word guessing, we do some dancing. Sometimes they just like to draw in their own free time or, hang out with the other kids and start socializing with one another.
Linda Naputi says the summer reading program has been offered locally since 2006. Activities include field trips to places like the U.S. District Court, American Memorial Park, and the airport. And she says you don't have to get to the library to participate.
So 3 weeks of in-person program here at the library, and these are for families who are able to come to the library, who are, within the proximity and have, vehicle and the means to be here. And then for those families who are unable to come to the library, we have partnered up with various sites in the community. So we're going to be at the Tanapa Youth Center, Cagman Community Center, and we're going to be at the Carolinian Oud as well.
Today it was all fun, but the most favorite activity, at least for this 6-year-old, was
Duck Goose.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the cable lat pull down. Now what we want to remember with machine-based exercises, there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. There's multiple ways of executing the exercise. What you'll often see is lifters executing the exercise in this fashion, and instead of working the muscles of your upper back, you're just irritating the shoulder joint, which is what you don't want. All right, let's clean that up a little bit. Let's sit upright a little bit more. Okay, as you get a full stretch, bring it down with your elbows coming in. So in general, as you set up this way, you're going to be feeling majority of the impulse right here, which is your lats. Okay, he's getting a full stretch and he's getting a full squeeze in the bottom.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Point of sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, Saipan International didn't just provide a runway for Julian Assange to make an appearance in a Saipan court this week. It welcomed home athletes who traveled far and wide to pull a fast one. Fast-pitch softball, that is.
It was very humbling. It was an amazing experience. I mean, overall, we're really grateful that the RMI welcomed us with open arms. We went out there to do one thing, and that was to compete. And I believe that we did exactly what we wanted to do, and we brought back home some hardware. So I hope we made the CNMI proud.
The NMI ladies brought home a bronze medal.
Women's fast pitch, we're the first ever women's youngest team to ever medal, getting a bronze. We knocked out the Palau number 2 seed, and we played a hell of a game versus Pohnpei to advance to the gold medal round, silver and gold medal, but it was 9-8 in extra innings. They beat us 9-8, but it was, couldn't ask for more, man. Our girls came in and, they brought their A game. They, just like in the medal ceremony when they said NMI the most feistiest team, our young girls came out and brought it,
It was tough. We were the youngest team going in there. We were the most inexperienced, to be honest. But with all the effort, the time, we put in before this competition, I believe this medal was a testament to that. And we definitely gave them a run for their money. They didn't win that silver and that gold easy.
Upgrade your savings when you bundle with any iPhone 15 series today. Our affordable Link Bundle gives you the power to choose just what you need, with mobile and home internet starting for as low as $105 a month, no home phone required. Plus, activate your bundle with a brand new iPhone 15 and receive your first 2 months of home internet on us. A $50 port-in credit, a SuperPod AX, and basic installation, all free for a limited time. Additional conditions may apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week. Rainy season seems to usually start on Liberation Day this weekend as we prepare to enter July. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms after midnight, east winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, lows around 78, chance of showers at 30%. On Saturday, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, east winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, highs around 87 and chance of showers at 40%. And then Saturday night through Monday, can expect mostly cloudy with isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles per hour and lows around 79, highs in the upper 80s, chance of showers 20%. Sunset tonight is at 6:51 p.m.